The 2026 Ballon d'Or race is a complete mess. Spain won the World Cup. Paris Saint-Germain won the Champions League. Lionel Messi gave us one more legendary international run. Kylian Mbappé broke records again. Harry Kane scored more goals than anyone. And somehow, there is still no obvious winner. So what actually matters most? Goals? Trophies? The World Cup? Or simply the biggest football story? Today, I'm ranking the top 7 Ballon d'Or contenders. And trust me, this list will make a lot of people angry. At number 7, Ousmane Dembélé. The defending Ballon d'Or winner still has one powerful argument. He was again a key player in a Paris Saint-Germain side that won the Champions League. Dembélé remained explosive, unpredictable, and incredibly difficult to stop in one-against-one situations. He can attack from either side, create overloads, and decide matches without needing many touches. But the problem is simple. This season never truly belonged to him. At the World Cup, France had bigger stories. Mbappé scored more goals, Olise created more chances, and Dembélé never felt like the one player football was talking about. He still has trophies, he still has quality, but he probably does not have enough momentum to win again. At number 6, Rodri. No player changed his Ballon d'Or chances more dramatically during the World Cup. Before the tournament, his club season felt solid but not spectacular. Then Spain won the World Cup, and Rodri looked like the brain of the entire team. He controlled the rhythm, protected the defense, recycled possession, and dictated where Spain attacked. He did not just play well, he made the whole team feel calm and superior, and that is exactly why he won the World Cup Golden Ball. But there is still one major issue. Can one perfect tournament erase a less dominant club season? If your answer is yes, Rodri can rise much higher. If not, his overall season probably falls short of the top names. At number 5, Michael Olise. He may be the most underrated player in the entire race. Olise did not dominate with headlines. He dominated with actions. His creativity was absurd. He constantly played the final pass, carried the ball into danger, and made difficult decisions look easy. At the World Cup, he finished with 7 assists and became one of France's most productive players. His profile is different from most of the names on this list. He is not here because of huge media hype. He is here because his football was genuinely elite, but that also creates a problem. Ballon d'Or races are not always kind to players without a superstar aura. Olise has a production, he has a quality, but he may not have enough global narrative. At number 4, Kylian Mbappé. If this award were decided only by fear, Mbappé would win it easily. No defender wants to face him in space. No team feels safe when he starts accelerating. At the World Cup, he scored again and again, and once more proved that the biggest stage brings out the most dangerous version of him. His numbers are absurd, his speed is unmatched, and his goal scoring remains almost unfair. But once again, we reach the same problem. Where are the biggest trophies? Real Madrid did not end the season the way they wanted. France did not reach the final. Mbappé may still be the most terrifying player in football. But the Ballon d'Or is rarely kind to players whose greatest moments end without the biggest silverware. At number 3, Lionel Messi. And this is where logic becomes emotion. At 39, Messi led Argentina to another World Cup final. He did not dominate by running more. He dominated by seeing more. He slowed the game down, waited for the right moment, and still produced the kind of passes and decisions that only he can see. For stretches of the tournament, it felt like football was preparing one final perfect ending. One last Messi masterpiece. One last World Cup miracle. And even though Argentina lost the final, that story is still incredibly powerful. But if we remove emotion for a second, the case becomes more complicated. He did not win the tournament. He did not have the strongest club season of the candidates near the top. And some voters may feel that this race should belong to a younger star or a bigger winner. Still, no player has a stronger legacy argument than Messi. And legacy matters when the race is close. And before we enter the top 2, if you're enjoying the ranking, drop a like, subscribe to Lateral Media, and tell me in the comments who you think should be number 1. At number 2, Lamine Yamal. In terms of trophies, he may have the strongest case of anyone. He won La Liga, he won the World Cup, and he did it while becoming one of the most exciting and watchable players on the planet. Yamal gives you something that statistics alone cannot explain. He changes the energy of a match, he dribbles at defenders constantly, he stretches back lines, he forces entire teams to adjust to him. And when football is choosing its next global superstar, that matters. But this is also where the debate becomes serious. Was Yamal actually the best player in Spain's World Cup winning team? Rodri controlled the tournament. Others delivered in the final. Yamal was brilliant, but he was not clearly the single best player in the competition. So the question is simple. Are voters rewarding the best footballer or the face of the best football story? At number 1, Harry Kane. And yes, this is the controversial part, because Kane did not win the World Cup. He did not win the Champions League. But when you look at the full season, no candidate has a cleaner all-around case. He scored relentlessly, he created as well as he finished, he led Bayern to major domestic success, and he remained productive for England on the international stage. This is the kind of season that usually wins the Ballon d'Or. Not necessarily the most emotional one, not necessarily the loudest one, but the most complete one. His weakness is obvious. The World Cup is the biggest stage in football, and Kane did not own it the way some others did. That is why this race is still open. If you value the biggest trophies, Yamal or Rodri could easily finish above him. If you value legacy, Messi has an argument. But if you ask me who had the strongest full-year case, my answer is Harry Kane. Now that we have seen all 7 candidates, let us judge them by the actual Ballon d'Or criteria. Officially, voters consider 3 things: individual performance and decisive character, team performances and achievements, and finally, class and fair play. On pure individual performance, Harry Kane and Kylian Mbappé have the strongest arguments. Kane produced the most complete season. Mbappé produced some of the most frightening numbers in world football. But when we move to team success, Lamine Yamal and Rodri immediately jump ahead. Spain won the World Cup, and both players were essential in completely different ways. Yamal brought width, dribbling, unpredictability, and fear. Rodri brought control, balance, positioning, and authority. Then comes the story of the season, and nobody has a more powerful story than Lionel Messi. At 39, he reached another World Cup final and made football believe in one final miracle. That is why there is no perfect winner. Kane has the numbers, but not the biggest trophy. Yamal has the trophies, but he was not clearly Spain's best player. Rodri controlled the World Cup, but not the entire club season. Mbappé broke records, but ended without the trophies he needed. And Messi has the emotion, but not the final victory. So my final choice is Harry Kane. Across the entire season, his case feels the most complete. But if the voters reward the biggest trophies and the face of Spain's new generation, Lamine Yamal may actually win it. Now it is your turn. Give me your top 3 in the comments, leave a like if you enjoyed the ranking, and subscribe to Lateral Media for more football stories and tactical analysis.